Hey everyone, this is Paul and
Mike.
and we just wanted to shoot a quick video and return and report. We just finished the Freedom Fest event. Everyone is gone. I think Mike and I think I saw Bobby's down in the lobby actually. Bobby Williams might be the last one here, but we came up here and ran the numbers and sent the donation off to Feed My Starving Children. So we wanted to give everyone a final count. Thanks to everyone who bought a ticket to Freedom Fest and came live or attended virtually. We as a community were able to donate an additional 12,284.11 days of meals to feed my starving children.
Wow. I mean, honestly, when we were planning this event, we were coming back and forth with like, how should we do this? You know, we don't really want to make a profit at all from this. We want this to be a great experience for people. So we had ideas like maybe we'll refund the excess back to the members, or maybe we'll do something else. We'll carry it over to the next event, or and then one idea popped up. Well, maybe we'll just donate the excess to Feed My Starving Children. And so we didn't actually mean for this to be a charity event originally, but technically this is a charity event because that is a lot of meals in just one event. So over 12,000 meals helping. And these meals are feeding kids an entire day. So that's 12,000 days worth of meals. And so this was technically a successful charity event for our favorite one that we donate. Every single sale that comes through our company goes towards this as well. So I just think it's so cool that we turned it into that, and people are really excited about it and on board with it. So I'm excited.
Yeah, roughly that's one child now has food for over 32 years, or 32 kids have a full year's worth of food. And that is just amazing that we all came together and made this possible. And one thing I want to say, in addition to what we've shared, we just actually, Mike and I just watched the video that Rob Ford posted in the Facebook group, and that was pretty emotional, wasn't it? Like,
we were sitting right there just in tears, and we were actually having a hard time coming up with words that describe this event. Last night we did the takeaway mastermind where people were giving away their takeaways. And it seemed like every single person was very emotional in a good way. And even Todd joked about it. He's like, man, I can't take this crying anymore. It's just so emotional what happened here. And I honestly have never been this emotional at any event I've ever been to.
Ever. I've never experienced an event like this. And it's not necessarily like what we learned, although we did learn a lot, right? And it's not necessarily the relationships, although the relationships were amazing, like just the best people in the world. And we had so much fun connecting and getting to know each other and crying and laughing and inspiring each other and teaching each other. So that was all amazing. But those things are easy to put into words, right? So what was it about this experience that Rob in his video said he was having a hard time when his wife Lisa asked him, like, well, what was your favorite takeaway? And he's like having a hard time coming up with it. Then I was having the same experience. There were multiple times throughout this week where I went to Facebook and I started to write a post or, upload a video. And in fact, one time I uploaded a video and I went back and I deleted it because, and here's why, is because I wanted to make sure that whatever I posted somehow approached what this event was. And I was just having such a hard time because I was like, how do you describe what I personally experienced and what I think a lot of people experience based on what Rob posted and I heard Todd say and I heard Mike say. So I'm guessing many of us had this same sort of profound experience. The word that I came up with is transcendent. Because it really felt like an otherworldly experience. And it was something that I really needed. I really needed to have this experience. and it was a beautiful experience. And I asked, why did so many of us have this experience? And maybe there's a bunch of different answers for that, but I have to come back to the fact that everyone showed up here to give, starting with there's no profit on the event. And so we're like all of this money that we just sent to feed my starving children, that's a gift. And we all showed up here to give to each other. And somehow that must be in like super alignment, alignment with the highest good. And I think maybe that's why I received the gift that I did, and others received the gifts that they received. So anyway, that's my theory.
Yeah, and think about it. Like every event I've ever been to, that they wanted to make money. Like the whole purpose was to make money. Or they'll do a charity aspect of the event, but that's on top of what the event was. We never wanted our events to be that way, and I think it worked. It worked.
Yeah,
it worked.
It worked like far beyond anything we ever could have imagined or expected or hoped for or even planned, right? Like this event has seriously shocked me. It's like, I can't even describe what happened.
And the people we wanted to attract that we needed in our lives, it just happened.
Yeah.
Like, for example, we needed some tech people because I was going to be up there speaking back and forth with Paul. And Jim and Josh stood up to the plate, and they're like, "I'll do the tech." And we had our what are you calling Amy,
the director of fun or vice president of fun or something.
Yeah, but I mean, we just so many different people, and we're gonna leave so many names out if we keep name dropping. But also, I'll just do one more name, Chase, who we were actually thinking before the event, we might need to buy a photographer for the next event, right?
Or at least hire one.
Or hire one, not buy one. You need to hire one.
You still buy people.
And then all of a sudden we found out, and it was crazy because we didn't even know Chase was a photographer, but he was getting these amazing videos and amazing shots and photos from different angles that were just amazing looking. And he was sending them to me on my phone. And I was like, really? That's an amazing video. I just posted it on Instagram recently, my glass walk. But he volunteered his time for the next event or just the future events or anything that we need him with. And we were going to offer to hire a photographer, but he's like, I wouldn't charge you guys. And that's what happens all the time in this community.
And Jim and Christy, who showed up with a green screen and a camera, and they had everything set up so that we could all have pictures taken while we were here, just because they wanted to serve.
Yeah.
And Rob Ford, another great example. Again, you said we're not going to do names because we definitely don't want to leave anyone out. But Rob Ford, his incredible experience and talent and skill and what he is able to do with his knowledge of the conscious and the unconscious mind with what he trained on and the exercise that he walked us through with the glass walk. I mean, he invested 2 weeks with his son being trained at the same place that Tony Robbins was trained at. I don't know how much that cost, but it couldn't have been cheap, right? And so Rob has these skill sets that are extremely valuable and that a lot of people are out there in the world charging big money for, right? And Rob showed up and he reached out. He says, "Hey, I got this cool little glass walk thing, And he's like, I could do that if you guys want." And we're like, "Oh wow, how could we pass up that opportunity?" And he showed up here just to give, literally just to give. And all throughout the event, I've heard so many people talk about how meaningful that experience was for them. And in addition to the meaningfulness of the experience, how many people watched Rob during that glass walk and saw how emotional he was and how attentive he was and how caring he was. And and we could go on and on. Like that's how our community is. People are showing up to give, Nick with the sales funnels that he's created. And I said yesterday, if you guys didn't catch, well, if you didn't buy a ticket and you don't have access to the recordings, you won't know this. We had a takeaway meeting yesterday after the event where we all gathered in our room and went around and shared our biggest takeaways and, you know, how we were feeling about the event. And one thing that I mentioned there is a lesson that Nick taught me when he created that sales funnel for us. And I mentioned this to Mike, that there's no way we could hire the best copywriter in the world. We could pay that copywriter the fee that the copywriter wanted. And there's no way that we could have gotten the quality of page that Nick Bramble created and gave to the community, because there's no copywriter in the world that has the heart and soul of our community. They just couldn't have done it. They couldn't have done it. And the lesson that I learned there is that the best service cannot be bought. It must be given. Because when you give, and you give from your heart, and you just give everything that's in there because you want to, the person on the other end of that gift receives something that is just so magical. And I think just our whole community is like that. And this event was like that. And maybe that's why we're all feeling so like crazy and mystical and excited and filled with faith, you know? So
yeah, all I gotta say is I am truly, truly grateful for everybody who showed up here, either on live stream or at the just in person. And also we're truly grateful for everybody in this community, whether you're in the Grow Rich Mastermind community, whether you're in our HBA community. This has just been an amazing experience, and we're going to continue it. We're going to continue it every year, once a year. And it's just going to be an amazing experience. Like, I believe it's going to get better and better and better, because now we know what to do. And that was one of the mysteries. We just went out on faith. We didn't know how to do the tech before we got here. We figured it out together, and now we know what to do. And we're going to just continue to improve each and every year. So,
yeah, we've never done an event like this.
Right.
We've never done an event. We've never put on an event.
Right.
We've never set up live stream. We've never organized an agenda, speakers list, none of that ever. So we didn't know how to do it. And we just said, how can we? And we started working, and we had everyone's help. And it turned out to be the best, like, this is like one of the best experiences I've ever had in my entire life. I'm just so thankful to everybody who made this experience possible. Like Mike said, even if, you know, if there's someone watching this video who had nothing to do with the Freedom Fest event, but you're in our community, thank you. Thank you so much, because your participation in our community, in whatever way that participation is, has given us the faith and the courage and the staying power to get to this point where we could do something like this. So thank you so much, everybody. We are so thankful. And also thank you, Amy Starr Allen, for all of the great work that you did with the directorship of fun. She organized the activities and did a lot of research there, and just everyone who contributed to make this possible. It's a miracle to me, really. It's like, I told Mike, he was sitting over there, I said, sometimes I'm like, I don't even know what to do with myself. Because like, I'm just like, what just happened?
Right.
What just happened? And I said to Mike, after we watched that Rob's video, it just feels like a miracle to me. Like, we literally just witnessed and experienced a miracle, whatever that is. I can't even touch it with words, but hopefully the essence comes across in this video and Rob's video and everyone else who's, you know, making content about their experience this week. So
awesome. Well, thank you guys for watching, and we'll be back with you guys on Monday.
Yep.
In the community.
Yep.
So, you're awesome.
Make it a great day and great weekend, everybody. Bye for now.
Bye for now.